That's a great question. I want to say right now, Josh, we're almost at like 127, 128. So pretty much where we've been on the whole years, So I feel really confident that, at least at some point we'll have to put ourselves down there. But I think to start this fall, we will have not hurt ourselves.
I mean, I think you talked about it before, but just like, what is the human impact of that's 30 people out of the spot? Like, that's a lot. I think more than probably people realize.
I read a comment that somebody said in this court case, man, it's a small number of kids. But the reality of it is that's what we're missing about. They're 18 to 22-year-old kids. These are not professionals. These are young people. A lot of these young people are young people that are paying for their own education. They're paying their way through this experience. And so, as I said, the impact is fundamental. Even having those conversations, I don't know if there was a harder day, probably the day before I came into your press conference with you guys the last time we saw them. You still didn't know where we were at. And to protect these kids and their families, like, you have to have a real conversation. And you have to be able to have clarity for them. And so what you got to do is what's best for them, and unfortunately, it's probably not best for the program, it's best for them. So that's really what we try to do, and so I think it's better for these kids, and they're as equal of why we've had success as the guys that are playing on the field, and I think you guys probably have a pretty good idea. Like, we practice hard, obviously. Like, man, our kids put the time and effort to go out and practice every day. Those guys are such a key element of why we're able to play, at least try to play our best on Saturdays.